To begin our Sunrise Smart Start with some breaking news. Rochester police say they are looking for suspects after a double shooting this morning.
Here's what we know so far. Officers responded to East Main near Kingston for gunfire just after midnight. When they arrived, they found the victims, 2 men in their 30s, shot. They were both taken to the hospital. Both are expected to live. If you have any leads or information on a potential shooter or multiple suspects, please call 911.
Well, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office says it still needs your help finding a missing man from Churchville. Deputies say this man, 64-year-old Bruce Wright, has not been seen since Monday around 11 a.m. when he left his home on Shelter Cove. At the time, he was wearing a white T-shirt with a graphic design, and deputies say they don't think he's in any danger, but they do want him home safe. So if you think you know anything or know where he might have gone, please reach out to authorities.
We are hearing a lot more from local animal advocates calling on Rochester leaders to bump up the funding support for the Verona Street Animal Shelter. Protesters last night rallied outside City Hall in response to a video leaked online by a now former employee at the shelter. In that video, it shows dogs standing in their own waste. News 8 also heard to a previous longtime volunteer at Verona who tells us this is something she frequently saw during her time at the shelter. She started the group Voiceless of Verona Street, dedicating her time and days to fighting for changes in the city's sheltering system.
As a former volunteer, I saw those things a lot. Honestly, probably for the last 10-15 years, the shelter has not had enough people working there. We have no full-time vet. They're adopting out unspayed and unneutered animals, adding to the already backyard breeding and dumping of animal problem.
We also heard from City Council President Miguel Melendez through a statement regarding last night's rally and the claims. He says, in part, I support all the frontline staff and volunteers at Verona, going on to say, it is my hope we can come together to find a sustainable path forward. News 8 after this did reach out to the city and an ex-employee who took the video. We are still waiting to get a response from both.
The state DMV warns customers of a recent uptick in car sales scams, particularly on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. Recent investigations with the DMV reveal a surge in the sale of stolen vehicles on these sites, including vehicles with altered VIN numbers and forged titles. There's also been a rise of illegal vehicle sales by unlicensed dealers.
I know car prices have gone up in the last few years, so to a lot of people, they see those nice little prices and they think it's a good deal. Most of the time, it is definitely too good to be true.
Well, some tips if you are buying a used car online, make sure to run that VIN number, check if it's been reported stolen. You'll also want to match the VIN on the car to the paperwork that's being presented to you. Additionally, be wary of any individuals who claim to be licensed dealers, but they don't actually have a physical place of business.
Sunrise traffic updates here, 9 minutes to go until 7. That issue on the west side starting to clear up. There had been an accident 490 eastbound near 390, but that is being cleared now as we speak. The other issue in Henrietta, West Henrietta Road at Telco Road. We'll take another check of Sunrise traffic during CBS Mornings at about 7:26. Back to our headlines. It is approaching less than 2 weeks to go until the election, and already more than 19 million voters across the country have cast ballots early, in person or through the mail.
Former President Donald Trump rallied in Battleground, North Carolina last night after the Atlantic magazine published alleged remarks that he made in the Oval Office 4 years ago. Trump had promised to pay for the funeral of a murdered U.S. soldier who was also the daughter of Mexican immigrants. Trump allegedly said, quote, "It doesn't cost $60,000 to bury a effing Mexican. Don't pay it," end quote.
Vice President Kamala Harris says her team is ready to challenge Trump if he tries to declare victory early. She was off the campaign trail yesterday, taping 2 interviews, including this one, and today she's taking part in a town hall with CNN.
Just days before Saturday's deadline, where you'll have to register to vote by then, but the Monroe County Board of Elections says it is already seeing a record number of voters, nearly 500,000 coming in, and that is before early voting even starts, also Saturday.
We'll see how many turn out on Election Day. If you'd like to hear more from candidates before casting your vote, we've got 2 congressional debates this week, the only matchups televised for each of these. We are partnering up with the League of Women Voters to do this, the debates for the 24th and 25th congressional districts. First up tonight at 7, Democrat Democratic Congressman Joe Morelle trying to keep his seat in the 25th. He'll face his challenger and business leader Greg Sadwick. Then tomorrow night, same time, 7 o'clock, same place for the race for the 24th. Congresswoman Claudia Tenney will face off against her opponent this fall, David Wagenhauser. You'll see both of those live here first, only on News 8, and then streaming online at rochesterfirst.com.
The annual Check Out Hunger campaign is back to support hungry families at your local Wegmans.
You can chip in with a small or large gift. All the money raised goes to FoodLink as the group works year-round to feed those in need around the region. Ron joins us live one more time from the store on East Ave.
Yeah, guys, now this time we're here with Julia Tedesco from FoodLink. Let's talk a little bit about the process for this campaign. I'm a customer at Wegmans. I'd like to donate. What do I do?
All you have to do is go to checkout when you're ready to cash out there, and you can round up. You can add $2, $3, $5, however much you want. It's as easy as that. And all of the dollars stay local. They go right to our local community.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, some people are skeptical about maybe rounding up or some, you know, how can they be comfortable here doing that?
There is a lot of point-of-sale campaigns today. This is the oldest one in our community, and all of the money stays right here. It goes to a food pantry in your neighborhood. It goes to seniors, children, families who are in need right here in our own community. Every single dollar stays local.
Now, the holidays are coming up. That is a big time for you guys where you give quite a bit. How timely is this campaign?
It's a really important time of year. You know, families struggle to make ends meet during the holiday season, and all of these dollars help us to meet those needs. We'll distribute tens of thousands of boxes of food to families across our region this holiday season. These dollars go directly towards that food.
Now, sometimes people are like, hey, but I can actually just donate directly to FoodLink. I can give them food, actually. Is that better, or do you guys prefer monetary donations?
We take food, we take funds, but the magic of the Check Out Hunger campaign and rounding up or giving through this is that we can triple the impact. So every dollar you give, we can distribute 3 meals, $2, 6 meals. Last year's campaign, we were able to distribute 2 million meals to our community. So we really can make a bigger impact with the dollars you give through this campaign.
Yeah, hopefully people are working to kind of try to beat that last year's win.
Yeah.
For now, guys, I'm tossing it back to you. But remember, if you want to donate, this is a good time.
Yeah, you can do it now. People checking out already early, doing it before sunrise.
Hey, they are smart. Get your shopping done before it's busy, and support some very needy families while you're at it.
Wegmans boxed mac and cheese.
Yeah.
It's a staple in our household.
Got that.
Yum, yum.
Yeah.
Pick it up early. Get out of that East Ave parking lot before it gets worse than 590 in the morning. Yeah.
Have your coffee
Trouble
and
time.
go. Right. Yeah. Be careful with that left turn there.
Yeah.
Into the lot. We do look gorgeous outside, and there's your view, Sodas Bay.
Wow.
Fantastic. Water is nice and calm. I haven't had that in quite a while. Flow is out of the southwest. That's going to warm things up. Enjoy it. Today is it. Yesterday was our last 80-degree day. Today won't be our last 70-degree day,
Okay.
but it will be for a while.
Change is on the way. We'll see you back here in 30 minutes, everybody.
Have a great day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on rochesterfirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.